Hi guys, I just want to quickly mention that I'm going to be uploading on random days of the week now instead of on Fridays. It's just so I won't be stressing out on missing an upload or anything. And that's it. Now onto the video. So, happy Halloween. I always plan holiday pictures super last minute. I'm pretty much a major procrastinator. Like, I always plan on doing a holiday picture, but then I always leave it till the last minute, and I have no idea why I do that. So I decided to draw Nozomi from Love Live. I drew like 3 other one of her cards just because I don't really do detailed work. And so if I have a reference like her card basically, then they're always usually pretty detailed and it gives me like a nice challenge. And I just really like her card designs. So I obviously chose the Halloween one, but from the sketch you can't really tell that it's like Halloweeny. I mean, it has like purples and navy blues and oranges, but you can't really tell until like I start coloring it. The only way you can actually tell that it's like a Halloween picture is kind of from her hat, but it's pretty much cut off, so you can't really tell that either. But yeah, I just thought this was a really cute card, and so I decided to draw it. And this picture actually took me a long time to get finished. Usually, I'm pretty fast at like finishing pictures. I'm not the type of person who can just sit down for long periods of time and work on something, because I get really bored really fast, even if it's drawing, and I love drawing. I just have to take like multiple breaks. You can't tell from the recording, but I do take a lot of breaks. I always have to pause it and then like watch videos or something, or just do something else for a bit, and then keep working on it. And I have to take so many breaks because it's like if I keep working on something for so long, then I start to get lazy, and then I start to rush whatever I'm working on. And so to avoid that, I just take a bunch of breaks because I don't want to rush it and then it looks all bad and just half-assed, and it just doesn't look good. And so I remember for the sketch alone took me like maybe an hour and a half or something, and then same with the line art, so that's already like 3 hours worth of work. And usually I can finish a picture within 2 to 3 hours, like from the sketch to the drawing. And it's not like this was really like a complicated picture or anything. I don't know why it took so long. I mean, I guess there are like a lot of details and stuff, so maybe it's just because of that. I have no idea. It just took longer than usual, that's all. I think it had to do with the coloring. I think I tried to do more layers in the coloring. Usually I do like 2 to 3 layers, and I tried a little bit different techniques when I was coloring. Usually I'll just start with the base color, and then I'll do like a medium shadow layer, and then I'll do like a dark layer, and then that's pretty much it. But I did a lot of like highlighting layers, and I did multiple shadow layers, so maybe that's why it took so long. No idea. I do remember that when I was coloring, just filling in the colors did take me a while. Like, I cut most of that out because it's really boring to just see me like filling in colors, and that just took forever. Like, it was so annoying. I had to like take a break for that and just start doing something else, like start shading in the skin and stuff, because even I was getting bored of just filling in colors. And for the line art, I remember I was trying to give more line depth, like some parts will be thicker than others to make it look more interesting, and I always try to start out with that, but then as I go on with the line art, I just kind of forget, I guess. Like, you can see in some parts where it's thicker than others, but then like for like the skirt and right here, like I guess I just forgot to thicken them. That's another part of me working too long. I get lazy. I mean, I wasn't really lazy, I just kind of forgot. And I remember I had trouble with the skirt. I think after I pressed stop on the recording, I went in and fixed it, so you can't really see that part, but I pretty much just redid the skirt because I wasn't really happy with how it turned out. So yeah, you can't tell right now, but when I go into the coloring, then you might notice a difference in the skirt. And this is me filling in the colors. So that blue thing, that's the magic wand tool, and I just use that to select on the line art. And then that's what I use pretty much to fill in the colors. But the magic wand tool doesn't get all the like little crevices and stuff, so I have to go in with a smaller selection brush, and I have to go in and like, see like right there, like I have to go in and select it, and that just takes forever. I think that's what made it take so long, was just me having to go in and fill in all the little cracks and stuff, and that was a pain. And here I am coloring in the skin. I forced myself to actually make a light source this time. It's on the upper left side, I guess. That's where the sunlight's coming from. So I made all the shadows based on that. Usually I forget to put a light source, but I remembered this time. I remember I wanted to do like a backlighting effect, but every time I try to do that, it always looks so ugly, and so I was just like, no, I'm just gonna do normal shading, because I actually liked how the line art and the sketch looked, so I didn't want to ruin it with the colors. I know I did that with one of my drawings. It was the opal one from Steven Universe. I remember I was super happy with the line art, and then I go in and color it, and I just like wrecked it because like I didn't know what I was doing. So I still need to redo that picture because I still hate how it came out. But this one, I put a lot of time and effort into it. It took like 6 hours total. Like, the coloring took me so long just because I was adding in all those extra layers and stuff. It just took so long. Like, it doesn't really look like a picture that would be that difficult. It's just because a lot of the little things that made it more time consuming, like all those teeny tiny little frilly laces along her skirt and like her sleeves and stuff, like that takes time. And then I gotta do the little stripey thingies on her vest and then her skirt. Like, it's just little things like that. Like, you don't really notice how much time they take, because I mean, it really doesn't take that much time, but when you add up all the little things together, then yeah, it kind of does add up. But yeah, this picture did turn out nice. I mean, it took twice as long, but that just means there's more details in it. And I didn't use the blur tool as much as I usually do. I kind of cheated though, and I used the water tool, which is kind of like a secondary blur tool because it, like, you know, blends things. But I mean, I only used the blur tool a few times, so that's already better than what I've been doing. I've been trying to incorporate more like harsh lines into my artwork, and so what I did for this one was I would have like a blended shadow layer, and then I would do another darker one, and I would do like the fringe tool, and that kind of like hardens the lines and stuff. I don't really know how to explain it because I'm really bad at explaining things, but yeah, that's what I did for this picture. Oh, and another thing that probably made the drawing take so long, I mean, I do this in every drawing that I do, but this one especially took a while because of all the different details and stuff. But so when I finished coloring in my picture, I always go back and then I color in the line art, so it's not just like black line art. I always try to do like a color for whatever section. Like, I do my line art layers all on different layers, so I have one for the hair, for the skin, for her hat, for her bow, like little things like that. And so that's another thing that also probably made it take longer than usual, because then I have to go back in and like color in all the different lines that there are, and there's a lot of lines in this picture. So that's probably another thing that made it take so long. That and like the extra layers that I did into this picture. I mean, when you look at the finished product, it really doesn't look like that much work, but it was a lot of work, so yeah, it took a while. Yeah, so is anyone gonna do anything for Halloween? I'm not. I'm just gonna stay in bed and just eat candy probably. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I always like never think of a good costume. Like, I'm one of those people who always wants to think of something super creative or like funny, but then I never do, and so then I just never end up doing anything, which I'm okay with. Like, I like staying in my house and just relaxing and stuff, so nothing wrong with that. I'm not the partier type anyways, and I can't trick-or-treat anymore because I'm too old, even though, like, you couldn't even tell because I'm really short, but that's besides the point. And yeah, so we're getting to the end of the video now, and I actually was able to talk for all of it this time instead of just leaving in like the middle of it. So yeah, I think that's a success, and this will probably be a print in my Etsy shop, link in the description, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye, and happy Halloween.